Okay, she's all finished. There's no real reason for me to do a demo video as to how the electronics go into her. Don't want to ruin all the fun, because the instructions are very clear. The kit that's supplied by 35 RC Tank is absolutely spot on and excellent. Everything just fits in perfectly. Gearboxes screw in fine. Electronic board, there's only one small one in the lower hull, not a problem. I'm using the LiPo, so I've modified the plug so it'll go into the board, and I'm using a zippy 1300 milliamp 2-cell 7.4 volt with Velcro tabs on it so it doesn't flop around in the tank when she's running. And a must also is a voltage alarm for LiPos, so as soon as she gets low she won't puff up and catch on fire or burn your tank down. Haven't seen that happen yet, but anyway, rather be safe than sorry. Alright. Upper hull. Once again, everything pops in perfectly. Almost. I'll get to that. The bracket that holds all the components slots straight into the upper turret ring perfectly. The only thing you do have to look out for is with your machine gun. It's got a bit of fibre optic going down the barrel, and you glue the LED in the back. With the instructions it shows to glue your plate in and everything onto the turret first. I'd put in the fibre optics and the LED before you glue it down, because there's a little bit of pressure in this area here in the first instance, so mine it snaps. I'm going to have to drill it all out and make a new part. If anything, I'll have to do it out of brass or something, but that's a little issue for down the track. Everything else is spot on. I was going to hinge these, but they're just only over the speaker anyway, so no real need. I was going to hinge that one too, but it's over the motors, and if that flops up and down or anything, it's going to let a lot of dust in, so I didn't bother. On the underside, speaker in, glues in straight in, no issues. Turret ring, the only issue here is your turret rotation. It's got about 6 very thin shims packing it up, and in between those 6 shims is the gear, same thickness as your shims. If it's done up too tight, you'll strip it. The shaft on the servo. If it's too loose, it won't spin. It's a very fragile area, so I'm going to have to work out a fix for this. Mine's, I've got to try to get it as close as possible, but it's still stripped out. That's an area of detail that needs to be addressed, I think, because it won't last long. You've got stainless steel up against plastic, so if there's one slight bit of resistance, it's just going to strip out your receiver or strip out your servo. That needs to be fixed. Alright, she's up and running, so I'll just give you a quick demo of how she runs, and I'll take her outside for a run too. I do find that the speaker is a little bit quiet. I'm going to see whether I can put in a larger one or put in an inline amplifier for it. This is how she runs. And you've got your gun barrel, and firing. Machine gun. It would be turret rotation, but it's stripped. I've got to fix that. That's it. She's a goer. One thing about this model is, luckily I had an old Pzkpfw floating around, because I would normally run all my RC tanks off a Turnigy 9X, but it doesn't like it. So I recommend getting a Pzkpfw radio and receiver to put in these things, else you'll probably have some troubles getting them to run.